Let the drama kick, let the drama kick that. Let the drama kick, let the drama kick that. Let the drama kick, let the drama kick that. Let the drama kick, let the drama kick that. Let the drama kick, let the drama kick that. Let the drama kick.
At this point in time, oh, by the way, I'm Alex. At this point in time, I was playing a cockroach. He had psionic powers. He couldn't really talk, but it's okay because very soon into this session he died.
Don't give it away.
I'm sorry. Alright. Well, first, after we got out of the collapsed entryway that we were camping in, there was a hallway filled with more zombies. I'm not exactly sure what happened here, but we met some sort of dead thing that I named Squee, and that Brick, Bailey's character, adopted as his love child or something like that. But it was very odd. It could do stuff with metal, and it warned us about the killer oven. So we never went near the killer oven because, well, it's a killer oven. You wouldn't go near a killer oven either. First room we came into after the hallway, if I remember correctly, it had benches. It's like the outer room of a shower area. So we went through the back door into the shower area. And there was some naked lady back there. And we were all confused because she was naked and she was scared. So we all went up there and we're like, hey, what's wrong? Of course I was cockroach, so I didn't say anything about that because I couldn't talk. But sooner or later she got all pissed off. One of us antagonized
The paladin tried to assist her, and his brother paladin anyway went up to her to go, "Hey lady, what's wrong? How can I assist you?" And she turned around and...
Lawful good! I should help you! And then she turned around and killed us all. Well,
okay, she screamed.
She screamed real loud.
She screamed and killed you?
She killed me and Felix.
And then what? No, but then she mind controlled the paladin, who turned around and immediately smote Felix.
Right. That's even funnier.
It's funny because it's true.
But we only had one Revivify left, so it was used on Felix, because Felix was much more important than whatever my cockroach's name was.
That's right.
I don't even think it had a name. I can find the character sheet. No name on it.
I don't think
So I settled down to roll yet another character. I've gone through quite a few in this campaign. So it's just a minor speed bump, really. While I was deciding to roll a new character, sooner or later I settled on Soulblade, Zeph. But while I was doing that, everyone else was exploring the rest of this dungeon. And there were a bunch of random rooms in this general area here. Over here.
It doesn't have anything in it.
Yeah.
We have the map somewhere, or you do.
I have the map. I'll get it later. Anyway, they didn't find much. I remember them finding some sort of magical treasure. And then somewhere Travis's character, Requiem, he found a hat. And it was
a top hat.
It was a top hat. It was a magic top hat. And he put it on. Because you find a magic top hat, you're going to put it on. But it turned him into a rabbit.
An intelligent rabbit.
Yeah, I don't know if it turned him into a rabbit. I think it ate him first. And then as soon as someone reached into there, we pulled the rabbit out.
Yeah.
And so now that Travis's character was a rabbit, an intelligent rabbit, mind you, but, I mean, a rabbit can't really hold a dagger, so you can't really sneak attack, so Requiem's useless. So he started making a new character. He also decided to make a Soul Blade. Some other race, but we were brothers anywho, because, hey, why not? And then sooner or later, once both our characters were done and they had pillaged those rooms enough to their liking, they went to the prison room, and there was a half-blue dragon minotaur of some sort, I believe. And me and Travis were all locked up. We didn't have any of our equipment. It was across the room in a chest, you know, like usual. But we were Soul Blades, so we were just like, weapons! But we couldn't break out of the cell in time to help them kill the minotaur. So once they killed the minotaur and got us out, then we were all a happy party again. Then there was this hallway. I really don't remember this hallway. There was a golden apple, there was like a river of acid or something, and there were statues, and we did all this stuff, and we died multiple times, and there was an apple that turned people into gold, and snakes that did something or other. And
Don't
once we got through this hallway that is vastly beyond my memory, we were in this room, and there was a big pit fiend in a summoning circle and a desk full of cool stuff, and there was another door that went to the wizard's bedroom. Felix found a book and started reading that, and we kind of tried to make a deal with this pit fiend. But sooner or later, after we'd been reading this, or Felix had been reading this book, and we'd been bickering about how to handle this pit fiend and get lower in here, the wizard showed up, magic missiled us all. They blotted out the sun. Then we all woke up in hell. I think this is still the same session.
Yes.
Yeah. It was a long session.
Yes, it was.
So
Which
we
is
were
why
all
it
in
sucks
hell.
that we didn't have a camera. We apologize.
But in hell, we all got to experience terrible, terrible things.
Usually our worst nightmare. Each character's worst nightmare.
Yeah, Felix got all fat and bloating, gross. He made the skin on my arm easily removable, so it's kind of like that scene in Family Guy where Quagmire's like, "How'd all this skin get on my arm? Rip!" Because he's on PCP. I don't know if you've seen that, but you should. That's what it's like. So my guy had a skeletal arm, and then the dwarf had brick. He had something happen to him that had something to do with books or
Did
something.
it? Oh, he couldn't retain the knowledge of it. He couldn't retain the memory of the
I think
books.
he was forgetting everything or something.
All I remember is I think it was the gnome that managed to break out of the cell somehow.
We had a gnome with us?
No, well, Charles, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. This was
It's a long time ago.
It was hard for us to escape from out. The Warforged was there, I think.
Yeah. He was in the cell
Yeah.
because Felix had sold his soul, and this is where he was.
Yeah. So Felix was turning the pages of the book because he had to read it to get us out of hell.
Or that's what we thought. We knew the book was important and had to involve some kind of ritual, and every time he read the book, he would memorize some of the spell. Except at the point he couldn't. The book was turning him. Yeah,
he couldn't turn
so
pages
Brick was turning the pages for him.
Right.
And then there was that tiny demon.
There was a tiny pissed off demon. And it just wanted to screw with us because it's a tiny pissed off demon. And when you've got high level adventurers sitting around that can't hurt you, you might as well fuck with them. Sooner or later, we discovered how to get out. I don't know the specifics, to be honest.
It's been a while.
But then Felix got all emo. He's like, "I can't leave here because I put the Warforged here." And the Warforged's like, "Shut up and come with us." And then Felix was like, "No!" Cut. But sooner or later, we got out of hell. And then we found Nodwick again, and he was like 50 years older, and he had like 10 levels of fighter, and he was a badass.
The war, they're currently at war with
Rule.
With Rule.
And they were in that.
We just walked in the middle of the battle and smote everybody. We're like, "Hi, Nodwick, what's up? Did you miss me?"
And at that point, my character, who I was currently playing, Nasima Shah, one of the Soul Knife brothers.
I believe you remember his name.
Of course I remember his name. I still have the character sheet. But him with his new skeletal arm, and having gone to hell with these crazy people, and now they're talking about going to get another freaking artifact. You know what? No. My character don't need that kind of stuff. So he retired, and he went to the other continent where there aren't crazy people who are going to take him to hell. And that's when I started rolling Porthios, and I believe he's in the next session.
Yeah, I don't know how much we explained Porthios, so maybe you go ahead and explain Porthios.
Porthios is a Forest Lord elf. He is vow of nonviolence, vow of peace, vow of poverty, cleric, singer of concordance. So he's a big old peace bubble. And you just go ahead and plop him down in any combat and calm everyone the fuck down. And he would heal and get in the way of,
us killing things.
Everyone else killing stuff, and the barbarians, and barbarians next to me couldn't rage. It was all very nice for him, bad for everyone else. And then we went down into this place, and we talked to goblins, and Then we talked to that big guy with the... I'm sure you have the rest of this.
I don't remember. Well,
But there was a big guy, and he had a sweet cigar, and we got like an amulet from him and closed a portal. And then...
I think that's in the video.
And then we blew up everything. But you'll see what happens. Because it's just so abrupt.
Yes, it is.